at the beginning I experienced some difficulties because the fact that English was my first language was a barrier, not only socially but also academically in the classroom because I struggled to write papers and to communicate with professors and keep up with everything we're doing in class at the time.
I think it's not that hard because back in Portugal I already had classes since my fourth grade where I learned how to write in English and how to speak in English, and like my days I had English, like I could watch movies and something like that. So I was like prepared for having classes in English. But at first, it was a little bit hard because the people start talk too fast, and it's different from what I learned in Portugal. Like my books and all my DVDs were like people were talking too slow, so I can understand. So when I got here, I saw that people were talking too fast, but I learned quite fast, so it wasn't a serious problem.
It was hard because when we go to another country, when the language is not our first language, it's hard. Um, need to talk in English all the time, but it's a new adventure, meeting new people, know their habits, their costumes, everything. It's nice.
So at the beginning it was very hard, mainly because I was the only Portuguese speaker at the school, and most of the times I just couldn't understand most of the people, and it was hard because there was no one that could give me any explanation of what they were saying, and I just had to figure out everything by myself.
Okay, so regarding writing papers in English, it became also a very very big challenge to overcome at first because I was translating from my native language, which is Spanish, into English everything. So I didn't have any fluidity or any thoroughness in the paper. So it was just a very long lasting process, and it wasn't very effective at first. But now that I'm a senior, thankfully, after the years, I gained some experience and I gotten better at writing, and I actually enjoy it.
Uh, at first, it was a little bit hard because I haven't experienced like a 400 word paper. All the maximum I did was like 100 or 150, and people in Portugal like freak out with this paper. So when I got here, I used Google Translate a lot, a lot because I didn't know if all what I was writing was nice. So I just had to make sure I was writing the things I wanted to say. But now I'm really comfortable writing papers. What I have to ask, I ask. So it's not that hard.
It's a little bit easier than talk, I guess, but I still use Google Translate to know some expressions, some words. But for some classes like history and all that stuff, it's really hard to talk about ancient objects or ancient like new words for me that I didn't learn in Portugal when I had English. So
So when I was told that I was going to have English composition, I thought it was going to be some type of English that would teach me how to write better, read better, all the English basic stuff. But no, I was just given papers every week, 2-page papers, 3-page papers, and the only help I would have would be the writing center, where I can only go when my paper is pretty much done. So it made it pretty hard for me. It's been my worst grade in college so far, and it was all due because there was little to none help.
Yeah, I usually try to use the writing center as my main tool because they try to help me how to develop my paper and how to make it flow in the process. And also I get some good companions and good teammates around school in the Munchie community that they help me to achieve a good level of proficient English and have a very good paper to give to the professor.
Yeah, there are some tools that was really helpful for me. Like Google Translate, the writing center. The writing center was really good for me because my first paper, I didn't know what people would say about my paper. It was my first, so I went to the writing center, and they helped me a lot. Actually, Isla helped me a lot. She corrected my paper. She gave me advices on where I should get better. It was really helpful for me. Also my teammates helped me a lot. Uh, at first, I was like a little bit shy. What am I supposed to ask something? But then they helped me, and I think maybe like having something more specific to help us would be really nice.
I found helpful the writing center, my teammates, Google Translate. Uh, yeah, some friends that helped me in papers, YouTube. Yeah, that's it.
Every time I need to write a paper, I just look up to my friends for help. I search a lot of meaningful words, etc. online. Also, the writing center to finish up papers, but most of it is just through my friends, teammates.
Right. I would love to have an English class, like an ESL class, an English as second language class, at least for all the first semester foreign students, because it's not only helpful to meet other people from other countries, but also academically it'd be very helpful, to have touch base before getting deep into the papers. Touch base, how to actually write papers, the process to follow, the connectors to use, the structure, the vocab, and all that punctuation and grammar stuff, as well as the sentence structure. I think honestly it'd be very, very helpful, and there's some potential to like convalidate it as a humanity. I think that would be great for foreign students. It'd be a point in our favor.
Yeah, I think that would be really nice. Class would help us a lot. If I had a class, like a specific class that would like help me with my English, with my writing papers, improving my English, that would be really nice. Because at first, the only class I have that it's like specific to English. It's not that specific. It's English composition, and I really like it because I'm always writing papers and trying to get better. But I think like a specific class for foreign people would help us a lot.
Yeah, it will be awesome because it will put every foreign students more confident when they are talking. It will help me like to manage my time in my papers, not take too long in a paper and could do everything at the same time. Yeah, it will be really good to have one class like that.
Yes, I'd love if that class had existed 2 years ago when I got here, but hopefully it will be something for the future to help another international students.